Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to your English class. I hope you are doing well. Yesterday, you were introduced to fables. Today, let me take you a little further. I'm going to read out two more interesting fables to you so that you can understand its features better. You will know the characters and also the moral teachings of the fable. So, let's get started. Your first fable is The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Once long ago, there was a mischievous boy, a naughty boy, just like some of you, who looked after some sheep near a village. The boy was often bored, and so one day he decided to play a trick on the villagers. "Wolf! Wolf!" he shouted loudly. The villagers came rushing up the hill to save the sheep. However, when they got there was no wolf to be seen. The boy laughed with glee. I tricked you, he said. "You must not tell lies," shouted the villagers angrily, and they returned to the village. Soon the boy grew bored again. He thought for a moment and shouted again, "Wolf! Wolf!" Once more, the villagers rushed up the hill to save the sheep. The boy laughed at them. "I tricked you again," he said. "You must not tell lies," shouted the villagers. They hurried back down to the village. Later that day, a huge wolf really did come into the field. The boy cried and cried, "Wolf! Wolf!" This time, the villagers didn't believe the boy. Therefore, no one came to help, and the wolf gobbled up all the sheep. So, what do we learn from this story? We learn that we shouldn't lie. If we lie, people are not going to believe us and trust us. So sometimes even when we tell the truth, no one is going to come to help us when we are in need. Let's move on to our second fable for the day. I'm sure you must have read this or heard this story. It's about a lion and the mouse. One day, a proud lion was asleep in the wood, his great head resting on his paws. A timid mouse came upon him unexpectedly, and in her fright and haste to get away, ran across the lion's body. Roused from his nap, the lion laid his huge paw angrily on the tiny creature, ready to gobble her up. "Spare me," begged the poor mouse. "Please let me go, and someday I will surely repay you." The lion was amused to think that a mouse could ever help, but he was generous and finally let the mouse go. Some days later, when stalking his prey in the forest, the lion was caught in a hunter's net. Unable to free himself, he filled the forest with his angry roaring. The mouse knew the voice and quickly found the lion struggling in his net. Running to one of the greatest ropes that bound him, she gnawed it until it parted, and soon the lion was free. "You laughed when I said I would repay you," said the mouse. "Now you see that even a mouse can help a lion." So, boys and girls, what do we learn from this story? We learn that any act of kindness that is done is never wasted. So always be kind and help your friends and everyone around you, and you will be liked and appreciated and loved by all. Okay, boys and girls, moving on to your first activity. I will read out these sentences for you. Take a moment to ponder and think which one is right and which one is wrong. Maybe you could write the answers in your book or just tell it orally to your teacher. So here we go. The first sentence. The setting is described with lots of adjectives. Adjectives are describing words. Second sentence. It's told in the past tense. Third one. The characters are described with lots of adjectives. Number 4. It's short. 5. There's only one main event. Number 6. The main characters are often talking animals. Number 7. There's always a clear lesson or moral. And number 8. One of the character wins. The last one. There are lot of characters. So basically these sentences are telling you something about fables, the features of a fable. So go ahead and answer them. Okay, boys and girls, now to your B activity, your second activity. As you can see in the slide, there are 3 columns: title, characters and moral. I have shown you one. The title of the fable is The Boy Who Shouted Wolf. Characters are boy and villagers. The moral is never tell a lie, always speak the truth. So what you're supposed to do now is, in your exercise book or an A4 size paper, you will draw a similar table. Alright? And then you can recollect any 3 fables that you have read or you have heard before and fill in the information like title, what was the title, who were the characters in the fable, and what was your moral teaching. Now, just in case, at this moment, if you do not remember any fable, do not worry. After your class is over, you can look up on the internet or read any fable books which are there at your house, and later you can fill this up. This task is uploaded on Edmodo and it is due for Monday. So bye boys and girls, have a lovely weekend and I'll see you back on Monday morning. Till then, ciao.